The Jewish legal precedent for authoritative testimony. Even where the technical word witness, that is the Greek word marturio, and its cognates, does not occur, the emphasis in the speeches of the apostles follows the above pattern. For example, Peter and John, in defying the order of the Jewish authorities to cease their preaching, counter with, "We cannot stop speaking about what we have seen and heard." Consistently, the apostles center their witness, their good news, upon factual testimony. That type of evidence which will stand up in any court today, and stood up even then in courts of the civilized world. For instance, in the law of Moses, the demonstration of guilt or innocence depended upon the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses. That is, persons who had seen or heard that which was to be admitted as evidence. The scriptures for that would be Deuteronomy 17 verse 6 and 19 verse 15. Indeed, this is a higher standard of trustworthiness than we demand in our modern jurisprudence. Yet, in the law of Moses, as in our courts, the viability or credibility of evidence does not depend on the infallibility of the witness, but upon his or her credibility. Factors may prevent the testimony of a witness from being accredited, such as prior relationship to the accused, or moral character, or demonstrated bias. The testimony of a witness may count for nothing at all if it can be shown that he is not trustworthy, i.e., an habitual liar, psychologically unstable, etc. Yet neither in Mosaic law nor in modern jurisprudence is it demanded that a witness be infallible. Obviously, all legal human testimony, save Christ's, would be invalidated if we set such a standard. Granted that the witness is of sound mind and unbiased, we give the benefit of the doubt that his testimony is reliable. That is, we depend ultimately upon the evidence of the witness's senses, the ability of that witness to process the information reaching those senses, i.e., the viability or dependability of his faculties. This is the very kind of evidence with which the apostles hoped to convince the world of their gospel. More important still, it is the very basis of the authority given to the apostles by the Lord himself. For before commanding them to go, therefore, make disciples, teaching them, the Lord first convinced them of his own authority, which authority was demonstrated infallibly by his rising from the dead. And they saw him, when they saw him, they worshipped him, but some doubted. Matthew 28:17-20. The 40 days with Jesus after the resurrection put to rest whatever doubts remained in the apostles, whether they be doubts regarding the reality of Jesus' bodily resurrection, as in Luke 24:36-43, or doubts in regard to the reliability of their own or others' senses, as in John 20:20 and 25, the story of Thomas. We who transmit their testimony, the New Testament, would do well to imitate the apostles' emphasis upon the resurrection in demonstrating the truth of Christianity. Rather than wrangling over the nature of biblical inspiration, while the whole world looks on bemused and uncomprehending, we should return to the method that demonstrated the authority of Christ to the power-obsessed Roman Empire. Christ, Paul stated, was declared with power to be the Son of God by the resurrection from the dead. It's Romans 1 verse 4. And again, Paul says he was declared with power to be the Son of God by the resurrection from the dead. This was the chief apologetic of the early church and should be ours. If you would like a copy of this, I can send you the PDF version of What is the Bible Basis of Authority.